Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We break down the latest and greatest from the world of sports. If you love the NFL and live for Dallas Cowboys updates, you're in the right place. Today, we've got some unfortunate news coming out of Dallas. Rising star linebacker Demarvion Overshown has suffered a devastating injury, and his season has come to a heartbreaking end. We're diving deep into what happened, what it means for the Cowboys, and how the team can adjust moving forward. So grab your popcorn and stick around, because this one's important. Let's start with the backstory. Demarvion Overshown, a name that had Cowboys fans buzzing during training camp and the preseason, was poised to make a big impact in his rookie season. Drafted in the 3rd round out of Texas, this guy was a perfect fit for Dan Quinn's defensive scheme. At 6'4", with a rare combination of speed, athleticism, and football IQ, Overshown had all the tools to be a disruptive force in the league. Coaches and fans alike were excited about his potential, and he was already turning heads with his dynamic play. But in a cruel twist of fate, the football gods had other plans. During a preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks, Overshown went down with a knee injury. At first, there was hope it might just be a minor setback, but the news that followed was a gut punch. Overshown tore his ACL, requiring season-ending knee surgery. It's the kind of injury that no player wants to face, especially not a rookie who is just getting his feet wet in the NFL. Let's take a second to talk about what this means for Overshown personally. Coming into the league is tough enough, but to have your first season derailed before it even begins is an emotional and mental challenge. Overshown has shown incredible resilience in his career so far. He transitioned from safety to linebacker in college, a move that required learning an entirely new position, and he excelled. That adaptability and drive are why many believe he'll bounce back stronger than ever. But for now, his journey is on hold, and he'll have to channel all that energy into recovery and rehab. Injuries are a harsh reality in the NFL, and they don't just affect the players, they ripple through the entire organization. For the Cowboys, losing Overshown is a significant blow. Let's not forget that this defense was being hyped as one of the best in the league heading into the season. With Micah Parsons leading the charge, Trayvon Diggs locking down the secondary, and a deep roster of talented players, the Cowboys' defense was set to be a nightmare for opposing offenses. Overshown was going to add another layer to that unit, providing depth, versatility, and playmaking ability. Now the question becomes, how do the Cowboys adjust? Losing a player like Overshown is never easy, but the NFL is a next-man-up league. The team still has a solid linebacker core with Leighton Vander Esch, Damone Clark, and Jabril Cox, but there's no denying Overshown's unique skill set will be missed. His ability to cover tight ends and running backs in space, his speed in pursuit, and his knack for making big plays were all traits the Cowboys were banking on this season. One potential silver lining here is the Cowboys' depth and coaching. Dan Quinn is one of the best defensive minds in the game, and if anyone can adapt to a setback like this, it's him. Expect the team to get creative with how they deploy their remaining linebackers and potentially lean more on hybrid defenders like Jaron Kearse to fill some of the gaps left by Overshown's absence. But let's not sugarcoat it, this is still a significant challenge for Dallas. The Cowboys are in a division with the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that made it to the Super Bowl last year, and the New York Giants, who are no pushovers either. Every game counts, and losing a young, ascending player like Overshown means the margin for error just got a little thinner. On a brighter note, this injury also opens the door for other players to step up. The NFL is full of stories about guys who seized their opportunity when a teammate went down. Could Jabril Cox emerge as a breakout star? Will we see a veteran free agent signing to bolster the depth chart? The Cowboys front office will likely explore all options to ensure they don't lose their defensive edge. This also brings up a broader conversation about preseason injuries in the NFL. Every year, we see talented players sidelined before the regular season even begins. It raises the question, is there a better way to handle preseason games and practices? Some argue for fewer games, while others believe it's an essential part of preparing for the season. Whatever your take, it's clear that the current system isn't perfect, and injuries like Overshown's remind us just how brutal this sport can be. As fans, it's easy to get caught up in the wins and losses, but moments like this remind us that these players are human. They worked their entire lives to reach the NFL, and when an injury like this happens, it's not just a setback, it's a life-changing moment. Overshown will now spend the next several months rehabbing, a process that's as mentally grueling as it is physical. But if there's one thing we've learned about him, it's that he's a fighter. Cowboys Nation is rallying behind him, and we can't wait to see him back on the field when the time comes. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the big picture for the Cowboys. This team still has high expectations for the season, and rightfully so. The offense looks explosive with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard leading the way. The defense, even without Overshown, is still loaded with talent. But this injury is a reminder that nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. It's a long season, and depth will be tested. Now, let's talk about income limits and thresholds, because this is a critical area where changes could affect many people. In 2025, the earnings limit for individuals who are working while receiving Social Security benefits is set to increase. For those under full retirement age, this means you'll be able to earn more without seeing a reduction in your benefits. It's a win for people who want to supplement their Social Security income with part-time work or other earnings. Once you reach full retirement age, of course, the earnings limit no longer applies, and you can earn as much as you want without any impact on your benefits. So what do you think, Cowboys fans? How big of an impact do you think Overshown's injury will have on the team? Do you believe the defense can still dominate without him? And who do you think will step up in his absence? Let me know in the comments below, because I love hearing your thoughts. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all things Cowboys and NFL, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We're just getting started this season, and there's a lot more to come. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Go Cowboys!